We first told you about the fire last night. Today, people in the neighborhood are trying to figure out what happened and what's next. NBC5's Elizabeth Ruiz is live in East Medford with tonight's top story at 6. Elizabeth?
Craig, Carson, yesterday smoke could be seen from across town and many people were in this area battling the flames. Now today has been a little bit more quiet as investigators are looking into the cause of the fire and families who live here are grieving over what's been lost.
It's just heartbreaking, ravages a neighborhood like this, and this is a really tight-knit neighborhood. I grew up here my whole life.
A Medford home completely lost within hours Wednesday evening.
At first I thought it was my grandma's, so I kind of went under the tape and ran through, which I wasn't supposed to do, but what can you do when your neighborhood's on fire,
A next-door neighbor who wants to remain anonymous thinks back to the days he would spend the night with his friend in this house. Now his memories are all that's left.
To see the house in the state that it is now, it's just unreal. I don't believe it.
Some neighbors say the fire started after someone was weed eating with a blowtorch. But according to investigators, the exact cause still isn't known. They're looking for the origin of the fire by getting to the ground level of the debris.
There's a lot of roofing and lumber and debris that fell down. We're trying to layer through that.
Investigators say the fire started at the house, then the flames ripped through 3 vehicles, an RV, and spread to the neighboring house.
One of the reasons this structure caught from the other structure was they're so close together.
Everyone was able to escape with the exception of the family's dog named Bailey. Deputy Chief and Fire Marshal Greg Kleinberg says the father crawled in to save it, but the situation got too dangerous.
He made the right decision. I would say never go back in a house that's not worth your life.
As for the firefighters, 2 were sent to the hospital, one for heat exhaustion and the other for head and neck trauma after a ceiling collapsed. Both have since been treated and released. Meanwhile, the families who live in the area are trying to figure out what's next.
Got to rebuild somehow, some way. They lost everything.
Neighbors say the one positive out of the extremely unfortunate circumstance is how the community has come together.
I feel the community really does come together when something like this happens, which is nice to see.
There is a way you can help. Investigators say if you happen to take any photos of the fire from start to finish, they're asking for you to share them with the time. They say that might help to find the origin. Live in Medford, Elizabeth Ruiz, NBC5 News.
Elizabeth, thank you. A total of 8 crews worked to fight the flames last night. Medford Fire Rescue, Fire District 3, and Jackson County Fire District 5 were the first agencies to reach the house. Then, as crews got tired, a strike team from Josephine County came to help with finding hot spots and mopping up. Those agencies included Rural Metro Fire, Grants Pass Department of Public Safety, Illinois Valley Fire District, Applegate Valley Fire District, and Rogue River Fire.
We have a mutual aid agreement and we'll go help in time of need, and it works out really well for everybody.
According to Medford Fire Rescue, the mutual aid agreement between Jackson and Josephine counties has existed for more than 40 years.